Hey everybody, Tracy Brown here, and I want to share with you a Black History moment about Clara Belle Williams. Clara Belle Williams was an educator, and this shows her at three different stages of her amazing life. And she was born in 1885, and she died at the age of 108 years old. Oh my goodness. So, who was Clara Belle Williams? Clara Belle Williams was born in Texas, in a small town in Texas, and she attended Prairie View Normal and Independent College, which is now PV, Prairie View A&M. And she graduated in 1903 as the valedictorian of her graduating class. 1908 as valedictorian of her graduating class. And she lived in different places around the country, but she married a man named Jasper Williams, and they had three sons, Jasper, James, and Charles. And they lived in El Paso, they lived in different parts of Texas, and they lived in Chicago for a while. And while she was in Chicago, she did take classes at the University of Chicago. And then when they moved to New Mexico, she began studying at New Mexico College of Agriculture and Mechanic Arts, which now is New Mexico State. She taught school at Booker T. Washington School in Las Cruces, and schools were segregated. So they needed Black teachers to teach in Black schools. But she also applied to go to college and took courses through that time. So here's what the African American Registry writes about Clara Belle Williams. Clara Belle Williams continued her education well beyond graduation, taking graduate level courses into the 1950s. Mrs. Williams provided an example of overcoming adversity and inspired her family and the people she met throughout her life. She succeeded despite significant obstacles of discrimination placed before her while pursuing her higher education. While attending New Mexico State, she sometimes had to stand outside in the hallway to listen to lectures. During a time, Las Cruces public schools were also segregated, and thus Williams taught at the Booker T. Washington School for more than 20 years. This whole idea that as an educator, she also invested in her own education just fascinates me. And the fact that she wanted the information. So if she could not be in the classroom, she would stand in the hallway and take notes, and that she would take her classes, and that she was persistent and committed to getting her education. Many years later, New Mexico State did name a street on the campus after her. They also further later named there's a building that's part of the School of Education after her and gave her an official apology. And then even later in 1980, they honored her with an honorary doctorate of laws degree. One final thing about this amazing woman, Clara Belle Williams, and that is she and her husband Jasper did have three sons. All three of her sons went to college, went to graduate school, went to medical school, and became medical doctors. And so they also, in her later years, she moved to Chicago where they all had settled, where her sons had settled, and helped them open a clinic, the Williams Clinic, which also has a lot of history related to it. three Black men, three brothers coming together with three different medical specialties to open a clinic to serve the Black community and the entire community. And their mother, this amazing woman, came in and worked as a receptionist and kept things together and raised the level of service. So that's my sharing with you about the amazing woman, Clara Belle Williams. My name is Tracy Brown, and this is your Black History Moment on the New Thought Media Network.